What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. One of my sponsors, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. Also, Moviebo preferred upvotes. Use the link in the pinned comment. Deposit any amount of money. They'll give you 2 free shares. This has got to be one of the worst programming games of all time. You know, we can sit here, we can talk about gameplay, we can talk about testing, but when you see things like this, it just shows to me another level of just incompetence, right? Incompetence not only in the programming of the logic, but a fundamental understanding of sitting down and creating a story arc and trying to determine before you ever put in one line of code, you know, what are these scenarios? What could the potential outcomes be? And with those outcomes, what are things we need to be concerned with correcting before we ever release a game to the public? So you can see here, I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that. You're an invaluable part of this team, and having you back out there is 100% going to be a big boost for us. This in response to Khalil Mack wanting to retire after the Bears get off to a slow start. The problem with this is, this user, as you can see, is still controlling the Bears. And when Khalil Mack wanted to retire, he was released and picked up by the Bengals. So in this situation, you literally have the context of a player sitting in a locker room, playing for a different team, reflecting back to a coach that he's going to be playing, but he's literally going to be playing for the Bengals. Now, again, just the slightest forward thinking of this when you're writing the storyline of immersion, right? A player that you have on your team is going to be frustrated and want to retire. Fair enough. Good storyline to incorporate. Happens all the time. But then the forward thinking of, okay, if that player retires, we need to make sure if he's released, he never has this interaction again. So let's code the game so he doesn't come back to the coach and say, I'm willing to play now. Because there's an opportunity that he could be willing to play, but for a different team. This is one of hundreds of examples I've seen people send me where the storylines in this game make no sense. This goes back to a point I've made countless times. Okay, just putting something in the game is not satisfactory, right? If we wanted storylines in franchise, you put them in, great. That isn't where the story ends, literally and figuratively. No pun intended. You still have to make sure that what you're putting in is quality. You have to make sure what you're putting in is detailed enough that a player is going to be able to look at it, understand fundamentally what's going on, and then continue to play out their game. Because the moment something this dumb happens, you're done playing this game. The immersion is ruined. And that's what we're here for. NFL simulation football. I can tell you with supreme confidence that you've never had an opposing team's player walk into a locker room, sit down with a coach, and say, hey, I'm playing again after I retired. And that coach say, well, I'm glad that you're back. You've been an invaluable part to our team, and this is going to be a big boost for us. But this is where this game is. This is the simplisticness. This is the lack of attention and care that goes into this programming, and this is just bare minimum effort. This is somebody doing the absolute bare minimum for you as a customer. They want storylines in the game, give them storylines where a player retires, and then we're not going to worry about anything beyond that, because we're just going to do the minimal effort to tell them we've done what they wanted. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. You know, when a game is this bad, when it's written this poorly, when it's coded this simple, when they don't test it this much, there's no chance that I will not be back and be an invaluable part of this team and a big boost for us in the week with more commentary.